A few weeks ago, I saw this lady going across the street on Bloor, and she had three boys. It looked like she was herding cattle. She was reared back. They're pulling forward. She's trying to hold on to their hands as they're going across the street. I felt so sorry for my mom because there were three boys and it was my mom. And I can only imagine how many times we must have driven her crazy. She would warn us by using that saying, a hard head makes a soft behind. Boy, didn't I tell you not to do that? You're going to keep on doing it, right? A hard head makes a soft behind. I remember one time sliding down the banister. We lived in a 3-story house. Now, to balance yourself on the banister is a skill, believe it or not. So here I am on the 3rd floor. I am gliding down the banister. I make it to the 2nd floor. I get on the banister again. I'm gliding down again. Woo-wee! I make it to the base of the 2nd floor. I get on the banister. I go to glide down to the 1st floor. I flip over. When I flipped over, I bust my mouth. One of my teeth was sticking through my upper lip. I got up, I was wailing, oh, Mama, Mama. My mother said, what happened, boy? What did you do? I said, I was sliding down the banister and I slipped over and I fell. So I went to throw myself onto the bed. She grabbed me in midair. She says, not on my white spread you're falling on. You can't do that. She said, go on in the bathroom and clean yourself up. I told you, a hard head makes a soft behind. Now, you would think after that traumatic experience that I would have learned my lesson. No, that wasn't the case. I remember having this fascination with matches. Oh my God, look at the flame. Oh, it's so beautiful. Ouch! I was in the kitchen playing with matches. My mom was in the other side of the house. All of a sudden, I could hear my mom coming towards the kitchen. I jumped up, took the matches, threw them into the cupboard, and closed the door to the cupboard. My mom walked in. She says, what are you in here doing? I said, nothing, Mama. She said, sit down and do your homework. She says, how many times do I have to tell you to do your homework? So I sat down. All of a sudden, oh, by the way, my mom is now in the kitchen with me and she's cooking. So she's facing the stove, the cupboard, which had paper bags that were neatly folded in it. I saw a thick cloud of gray smoke oozing from the crack of the door to the cupboard. I guess my mom must have saw my face because I was probably in shock. And so she followed my gaze and she says, oh my God, she says, Lord Jehovah, help me. She threw water against the door. She opened the door and you heard this loud sound of whoosh, where the air was being sucked in. And the flames now are just licking the entire cupboard, which went all the way up to the ceiling. She tried desperately to put that fire out. She could not. we had to call the police, the fire department. The fire department gets there. They, of course, they tore the thing apart. They did put the fire out. And when they left, my mom turned and looked at me, and I said, "But Mama, she tore my behind up." And while she was hitting me like this, she was saying, "Didn't I tell you about playing with those matches? A hard head makes a soft behind." Now, you would think that that was, say, over. No. But remember those dreaded words that we all heard every now and again? Wait till your father gets home. Oh my God. Oh my God. Of course, when he got home, he gave me a good tanning too. So by the time that situation was over, I was pretty much worn out and I had a soft behind. No, I still just didn't get it. Did not get it. My brother and I, Reggie, we were on the porch. The porch is on the second floor in the back of the house. I went to John's Bargains one day and I bought this box of balloons. John's Bargain is kind of like the dollar store, just so that you know what John's Bargain is. So I told Reggie, I said, "Reggie, look, let's fill some of the balloons with water and then throw them out the window." So that's what we did. We started by throwing them straight down, which went into the yard. And then we started throwing them on the curb. And then we started throwing them on cars as they were passing by. It was hilarious. It was great fun. We must have did that for maybe hours. I couldn't. Too much fun. You gotta try it. And then it was getting dark, so it was kind of like, around 6 o'clock. And people are, they're moving about, but they're getting ready to party. It was like Friday, if I remember correctly. This lady was coming towards us, and I decided, I had this brilliant idea. I said, "Why don't we fill a couple of balloons with water, but let's put some dirt in them." My brother said, "Okay." No conscience whatsoever. I take the balloons and I timed it just right when she was directly above the balloon. I let go, and when I let it go, I went like this, so she couldn't see me, and she couldn't see me. All of a sudden, we heard some things that came out of her mouth. Oh my God! I can tell you, they were everything but called us a child of God. We were still hiding like this. And finally, she left. I thought, this is so funny. We laughed about that for about 2 days. And then we forgot about it. Just totally forgot about it, thinking that we got away with this. It just happened that we were at the supermarket and we were on one aisle, my brother and I, Reggie. My mom is on another aisle. All of a sudden, somebody grabbed me by my neck and started shaking me. And she said, she thought I didn't know it was you, did you? I looked up at her. I was stunned. I didn't know what to say. I looked at my brother, Reggie. He's crying and she's hollering and screaming at me. My mother come rushing over there and she says, "What's going on over here? And why are you hollering at my son?" The lady told my mom what happened. My mom looked at me and she said, "Did you do that?" I said, "But Mama." She didn't say anything. She went ahead and paid the lady. She asked the lady how much was the dry cleaning. My mom paid her and she apologized. She made me and Reggie apologize to the lady. And then the lady went away. My mom grabbed me right in the supermarket and she beat my behind, beat my behind. I mean, she really beat my behind. And of course, in that same rhythm, I told you about doing these things and you lied to me. A hard head makes a soft behind. So I want everybody who have kids or grandkids or nieces and nephews, when you see that they're being naughty, I want you to tell them a hard head makes a soft behind. Back to you.